All right, shalom and good morning. Boaz here. Welcome to the covenant. Well, something was on my mind, right? And, it got me to thinking and revisiting something that I investigated in the past, and that was thermonuclear war. Now, when I was in Hunter College, in the city, they have as a lot of colleges do, they have a sprawling library of all types of books. And one of the first books, I was researching something else. I had to write a book report for something, and then for some reason I got set off track. And I began to read this movie by, I think it's Helen Caldicott, called Nuclear First Strike. And in the beginning phases of the movie, it talks about it gives a chapter and verse in the book of Revelation. And, it was quite interesting to see. And as I began to read the book of Revelation, one of the things that, popped out to me was this mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm reading this stuff, and I'm saying to myself, how could anybody fall for this stuff? I mean, the information is right here. And there were certain things that I learned about the Bible before I really learned the Bible. Another story was the King David story, of which the man with the iron mask was based on, and I'm gonna do another video about that. But so we have this mark of the beast, right? And I'm reading this stuff, and I'm like, who would fall for this stuff? I mean, the information is right there. Why would anybody, take this and it's going to damn the eternal soul? Because back then I knew, you know what I'm saying? If you took this thing, you're going to be, there is no redemption. There is no repent. There's none of that. After you take it and you receive it, you're done for. So, I said to myself, again, why would somebody take this thing? Fast forward to today, we see a full-blown social and economic collapse happening in the West, even though Trump and the administration or none of these politicians, none of them are going to tell you that. You have massive layoffs. You have tent cities popping up everywhere. They've been here. You got people live van life. I mean, if you Google van life and car life, you see people living in their cars, living in their vans, working 2 or 3 Uber, DoorDash. I mean, this is just the new economy. And you got to understand something. The two people that are going to take the mark of the beast are going to be people that can't think for themselves and that have been pushed into a state of total destitution. And what do we see? Because we see over the years, I'll give you a perfect example of Alex Jones. Economic collapse. But you know how rich Alex Jones has gotten over the past 10, 20 years since he started out? He is a multi-millionaire. Pumping Alex Jones, you know what I'm saying? And, I think he's getting sued or something or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. What we see is a great divide between the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poor. Think about it. Look at society today. People are amassing tremendous amounts of wealth, and it's typically off the backs of poor people, because we know Elon Musk, Amazon, I'm giving you perfect examples. Walmart, the Walton family, they're paying these people pennies on a dollar. You know, a lot of people that work at Walmart are also on welfare, and yet the Walton family, they're amassing billions and trillions of dollars. So you have this divide, this great divide on every level between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. And we know what the scripture says: the borrower is a servant to the lender, and what do the rich do? They rule over the poor. So we have a situation in this country as to where rich people are getting richer, poor people are getting poorer. And see, when you're poor and you're destitute and you have no place to live because rent prices are high, food prices are high, this is where all these FEMA camps are going to come into place, where they're going to say, hey, you know, because you know they're building up all these FEMA camps, right? Come here. We have food. We got cot for you. We got provisions for you. But hey, you're going to be a manual slave, and you're going to take this mark, and you're going to do as you're told. This is where we're heading. This is a fact. This is where we're heading. And you got other people that really just can't think for themselves. We've been talking for years about people that are dumb, demoralized, desensitized because of the high fructose corn syrup, the aspartame, the GMO, the COVID shots, the jabs, the GMO food, the fluoride in the water. All of this stuff is happening to people, and they can't think straight. This is why I remember I remember seeing a video of a guy. He was talking about government. He basically says, the government doesn't want that. The government doesn't want you to own a couple of sheep and a couple of chickens and to grow your own food in the backyard and to live in a piece of land. They don't want that. They don't want that because those are the type of people that can't be controlled. Those are the type of people that can't be manipulated. Those are the type of people that ain't gonna fall for the dumb shit that you see going on when it comes to government. This is why I say I'm a political atheist. This is why, I got that, Gerald Celente coined that term. Well, I don't care, Trump, Biden, they all working together. These people they're filthy. They're filthy, they're vile, and they get up on camera and they lie to you, and people believe it. It's just amazing. But this is what he was talking about in that video. They don't want people to be living out and living like, see, they don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want this. They do not want this. They don't want this. They don't want this. And this is why people out there, such as myself and many others, are saying, get out the cities, live set apart, grow your own food, hunt, raise your own animals, because you're not going to be put in a situation as to where you're going to compromise your very soul for a morsel of bread. Well water. We talk about this again and again and again. And there's only a few people going to get it. But it's sad to see that so many people, they're going into a captivity. They're going into a captivity like we have never seen before. There's going to be a weeping and howling and a gnashing of the teeth like we ain't never seen before. But a lot of people, they do it. Why? Because they have no other choice and no other option. See, when the government comes and they see that you're destitute and you're demoralized, that's how they're going to roll out this mark of the beast system. And COVID was just nothing. The jab was just nothing but a precursor to what's going on. And you see all these people, young people getting strokes, these blood clots, all of this sickness and stuff. Before, you couldn't even say the word jab anything without getting your YouTube channel shut down. But the damage is already done. See, the idea is that once the damage is done, then the vultures can swoop in. And that's exactly what we see happening. We see the vultures swooping in. Folks, let me tell you something. It is nothing more precious than knowing that you can hear from the Creator, move with fear, save yourself and your family from the economic judgment that's taking place right now. Right? It's happening right now. People are destitute right now. 106,000, all this feminist, I don't need no man, 108,000, 106,000 black women that lost their job. I mean, it's happening right now. And this is going to be another phenomenon that's taking place. I already see it happening. I already see it happening. I already see the DMs. People are destitute. And this is why I say you got to understand there are people that are running from something, and there are people that are running to something. And you got to be careful and cognizant of people that understood what was going on a long time ago, how this thing is going to progress, how it's going to affect you, how it's going to affect your loved ones, how it's going to affect people that you interact with. Because there's sincerely people out there that's looking to change their lives and put in the work and work hard. Then there's other people that all they want is a handout. All they want is someone else to take care of them. It's the government thought process. All these people complaining about Section 8. All these people complaining about EBT and these benefits being cut. Why? Because they want somebody to take care of them. My attitude is cut it all. Cut every bit of it. Cut every bit of it. You know what I'm saying? And the idea is that, hey, you know, my feeling towards what Trump is doing with regards to this stuff. His agenda is wicked. But the idea is that what's going to have to happen is that people are going to have to be pushed in such a state where they're going to have to make a choice. And if they don't make the choice, hey, they're going to take the mark. And this is and everybody, and you know, a lot of people, I'm gonna get into this concept of the mini mark. A lot of people are already taking this mini mark also, because they refuse to change, they refuse to get out there and work and put their hand to the plow, and so therefore they're gonna have to deal with whatever the government puts their way. FEMA camps, tent cities, whatever it is, they're gonna have to go with the flow. Why? Because they refuse to change. They refuse to put in the work. And so therefore, they're going to eat the fruit of their own ways. And them own way is going to come with total destitution, total servitude, and the mark, which is going to lead them straight to hell. Hey. You done heard the truth.